Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Today is Friday, November 13th. I'm Happy Hattie. Today is Day D. Celebrating their birthday today is Connor Reed. Celebrating over the weekend is Nikki Podrasky, Terry Lawsett, Allison Dusak, and Isabella Pyle. There are still some Yankee Candle orders left. Please pick up the remaining items in Mrs. Blackburn's room, room 225. The History and World Languages clubs have adopted a family in need for the Christmas season. If you are interested in purchasing toys, clothes, or household items to make this family's Christmas the most memorable Christmas ever, please see Mrs. Blackburn or Mrs. Corber for more information. We are also accepting wrapping paper, bows, gift bags, or just your time in wrapping these gifts. All donations are due by December 7th. We will be wrapping December 7th through the 9th. Attention girls varsity soccer team members and girls varsity volleyball team members. Uniforms are being collected up until today. Uniforms should be turned into Miss Cover in room 204. Uniforms should be washed and placed in a bag with your name on it. Any winter sport athlete will not be issued any additional uniforms until all fall sport uniforms are turned in. Please see Miss Cover in room 204 if you have any questions. Today for lunch, we will be having a Rambler on a roll, spiral fries, cherry applesauce, and a chocolate chip cookie. Monday for breakfast, we will be having the ultimate breakfast round, cereal, milk, and fruit juice. Thanks and have a great weekend.
The yearbook needs submissions from seniors of baby pictures and then and now pictures by December 4th. Please submit your pictures to a yearbook staff member or Miss Phillips.
Yay!
Good morning. I'm Brandon here with your weather forecast. Today will be mostly cloudy with a high of 45 and a low of 31. It's pretty chilly out there, so bundle up if you go outside. For the rest of the week, expect a chance of snow showers on Saturday with the high being in the low 40s. Kind of crazy to be talking about snow with all this warm weather we are having. In any event, by next week, expect temperatures to be back in the mid-50s with sun. Go out and play some tennis and have a great day.
In today's society, not having a phone is an oddity. I'd be willing to bet that almost every student here at least has some sort of mobile device, whether it be a smartphone, tablet, or other device. Phones are everywhere, and almost everyone has them. Our usage of phones has increased with the evolution of the cell phone from the old analog phones of the past to the dazzling tech behemoths of the present. What I'm here to talk about is have phones had a positive or negative impact on our society as a whole, or are we a little too hooked to our phones? The main selling point of phones today would be the massive amount of things you can do on them, on a very convenient platform. Phones are small. While some have increased size to put an emphasis on dazzling display, they're still fairly small. Unlike tablets and other such devices, phones can fit in your pocket and you can take them almost anywhere. What makes having a phone so great is that you can game, surf the web, read, listen to music, and connect to social media all from one place. You can instantly share your experiences from Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Tumblr, or other social media with only a few taps on the screen. You can easily look up information you need through Google and other search engines. You can share videos, pictures, and other media with friends and family through messaging or by showing it off from your phone yourself. But then here lies the problem. A lot of people, myself included, spend a fair amount of time on their phones. Whether it be gaming or whatever you do on your phone, we're glued to our screens a lot of the time. And this can be a bad thing, especially in social situations. A shining example of this would be a story in San Francisco about a month or so ago. Residents in San Francisco were baffled to find themselves reading signs that said, "No tech zone, no cell phones, tablets, laptops, or smart devices permitted, violators subject to $300 fine." Residents believed the sign was from officials and were quick to question it, but officials said themselves that they did not put the signs up. The people responsible are actually artists. The driving force behind this, artist Ivan Cash from San Francisco. He created a video showing himself and his helpers putting up the sign. It also highlights the park goers on their phones in groups and standing alone. They were all on their phones.
San Francisco is poised to make it even easier for people to connect to the internet.
Starting today, you'll be able to surf the internet for free in certain public parks.
With funding from Google, will allow the city to put Wi-Fi in 31 parks and plazas across the city.
So along with the no parking signs, there is also a no tech zones where you can be fined up to $300.
Come on.
What do you think? What do you think about this?
I think putting no tech zones, please don't do it. But to give people a fine, what is the reason? I'd like to know the reasoning for that. If there's an actual legitimate reason as to why.
So the officials there have said that it was not them. So it was likely maybe a prankster, maybe it was someone else, a local, but it makes you wonder whether it's a good idea.
His point of these signs is straightforward, to keep people off their phones for a bit. He said he will be creating special editions of these signs for $100 each so that people may create their own no-tech zones, such as in the family kitchen or at a bar. Another good example of people obsessively using their phones at an inappropriate time is shown here in a video showcasing a group of girls who take selfie after selfie, completely ignoring the baseball game going on before them.
And while there, maybe they'll tweet us their fan photo, BB. Now's the time, fans. Get on the Twitter with a hashtag of the whole thing, AZ-Strong-Fan, and you might see your fan photo at a Diamondback TV broadcast brought to you by T-Mobile. I mean, look at the one on the right.
Do you have to make faces when you take selfies?
Wait, one more now.
Oh, there you go.
Better angle. Oh, check it. Did that come out okay?
That's the best one of the 300 pictures I've taken of myself today.
Every girl in the picture is locked into her phone.
Oh, Lord.
Every single one is dialed in. Welcome to parenting in 2015. They're all just completely transfixed by the technology. David Peralta. Oh, hold on. I'd take a selfie with the hot dog. Selfie with the churro. Selfie just of a selfie.
You've seen and experienced the goods of phones, and now you've seen some of the ways that we've used them. Honestly, to me, it comes down more to common sense. If you go out with friends to a sport event, snapping a selfie isn't bad at all. It's snapping a picture of the memory. But if you're on the phone the entire time, why would you go to the game in the first place? If you're out with friends to dinner or something and use your phone to share things you found online that you think are funny or can spur a conversation, go for it. However, if you're just staying on your phone, not talking to one another for the most part, that's when it becomes a little ridiculous. You should be able to tell if it's appropriate to use your phone at certain times or not.
Believe it or not, fall is another dangerous season for drivers. Here are some tips on how to remain safe while driving in the fall. Make adjustments for the light. Fewer hours of daylight make it harder to see pedestrians, cyclists, and children. Did you know that we lose a minute of light every day until the clocks are set back in November? Avoid driving over wet leaves. Wet leaves are slippery and can reduce traction. Don't veer for deer. If a crash with a deer is unavoidable, remember, don't swerve. And last but not least, watch for frost. Make sure your windows are free of frost or free of anything that could impair your driving before you begin to drive. Use these tips to remain safe while driving this fall.